Hello everyone, and what is going on here? Let's get ready to go and participate of this year's Porsche Esports Challenge USA 2023 is about to be ready to go for having a lap time challenge on Gran Turismo 7. For this part of the lap time challenge, this will be the official online qualifying schedule is about to go enter for only 3 rounds for every week, as we're about to go participate to be start out on week number 1. We'll be using with the Porsche 917K 1970 will go to take place at Circuit de la Sarthe in the 24-hour of Le Mans racetrack. So, this online qualification is now going to be featured to be take place after last year from the official online tournament. But there's no need to have a gold medal ejected at this time. This is about an online time trial event is now being hosted by Porsche for 3 consecutive weeks. If you make it to the top 4 in each of the challenges, you will be invited to the final event, which will be hosted live. You will also receive an iconic card livery of the Porsche by just entering the events. Sounds like this is going to get a best celebration for the 75th anniversary to Porsche, as the part of the competition is about to be set and go underway. So today is July 10, and that means we're about to start out to be on week number 1, and this time a brand new different kind of livery variation on the Porsche 917K 1970, which is known as the red variation style, trim in white, is the car number 23. Just like the gold livery is now being served as the original, that you guys might gonna have to check it out on the Gran Turismo official website. So Porsche fans, I hope this race and the time trial itself is about to be set and go enter to be on the qualifying session, and I'll have to look forward to be participate to go enter for today's part of the video segment. So get yourself prepared. Choose the 917K 1970 where the car number 23 variation is now going to be brand new as part of this year's competition. Regulation set and good to go. BOP regulation is about to be applied to go for the high-speed track by 598 horsepower and weight to be in 1,764 pounds is about to be set and go for the high-speed track. Do your best out there, folks. Make your way, improve your lap time, and go faster to do the best part of the endurance whenever it takes to get continuation to have the first part. For only 6 days left before moving on in week number 2 will be on the date scheduled to be coming up on July 17. We still got 7 days left, you guys. Get yourself prepared, and we're about to be head up and go for the first round of this year's Porsche Esports Challenge in the time trial event. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start the esports challenge of this year's Porsche 2023 series. Let's begin. Here we are right now, folks. Le Mans 24 Herues du Mans racetrack is now perfectly to go enter to be in the first round to have a very good best classic race car made by Porsche ever since from the 1970s for the annual 24 hours of Le Mans endurance race. It turns out for the length of the track is now going to be elevated by 8.5 miles, which is definitely known as to have the length of the course is 4,667 miles, and especially to have the different opposite is 13.626 kilometers. All kinds of different corners, including the Daytona and Michelin chicane, along with Indianapolis, followed by the Arnage. Porsche and Corvette curves, along with the Ford chicanes, is now being served as the final corner. But especially to have the first and second corner to be on the Dunlop on the curve and chicane. So we got a very good best time and go for the opportunity. So I'm about to go and test out to have a Porsche 917K 1970 on Gran Turismo 7 ever since by playing in the Crew 2 as a touring car discipline. But speaking of which, it takes a lot of practice and go for having a best lap time qualifying during the part of the official online tournament to go for the time trial event. So I just did 3 rounds back from 2022, except 1 round, which is definitely known as going to be in Laguna Seca for the 2nd round. Well, still working on it because it takes all that hard work, brings a lot of schedule for myself if I had to go entered and get over onto the main global ranking onto the top 10 players. So gonna have to be ready up, double check, and do some settings onto the hard racing compound tires will be checked, and BOP applied is now setting up to be used as well. Almost forgot one other thing, to use the force feedback and sensitivity to be using on the max torque. Alright, all set, good to go, and let's get ready to roll and take on in Le Mans. I'm so very amazing about this year's Porsche Esports Challenge is now going to be entered as a time trial event. But it is going to have to take a lot of hard effort out there to get up and make your best lap time to go for the improvement. If anything possible, replay icon to go for the helping hand will get you shape up and practice well whenever you might need to go handle it. But I know this is going to get much more pretty complicated guess because I just really might need to get to know about the Porsche 917K. But on the inside of this interior view, this looks so very good old-fashioned and retro to be well made in the 1970s. But the hard compound racing tires is definitely might be quite going well and being much more handling to be going off the hook. I kind of say this because it looks so similar to be playing in the Crew 2 to have that number 23 livery variation. Just gonna give it good exact details, and looks like I'll have to give it a go because first time ever to be using with this different livery variation to the same Porsche 917K since the Super license. But I just did remember back then to be on my full walkthrough as part of my journey to go for the graduation exam on Super License at Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. But still got a lot of good horsepower, handling, and get down to do some old dogs with some new tricks. I know this is going to have to be much more pretty complicated if I had to go for doing a good experience to be tried out. So, gonna have to give a good feel and a go with the flow. Just gonna keep a good exact handling to stay in a good balance. Timer begins, and here comes the Dunlop curve. Gonna have to drive careful, go for the early brake, steady as it goes. Okay, that was a close call. Almost forgot one other thing to change up the gears. Dunlop chicane clear, going down, and make my way towards the S's. Pretty look snazzy, but still got a lot of good mobility grip to have this main part to go for the new attempt. That's first sector clear. Go to the territory rouge. Going straight away and kick up onto the top speed. But by the way, folks, when you participate of this year's Porsche hang on one second, folks. Gonna have to try this again and go differently if I have to do this for doing a different row of perspective. Okay, here I go. Let's give it a try and have that pretty... Hang on one second, folks. Gonna have to try this again if I had to do for one minor changes. Okay, one viewer is on board. Changed up the torque and sensitivity. Assist, check. Alright. Now I had to go with take 2. Okay, here I go. Let's give it a try and give a good feel with car number 23 to have a red and white stripe trim variation is now currently to go for having a best time debut for this year's Porsche Esports Challenge of the 2023. But by the way folks, this different style onto the interior view looks so pretty great and pretty much more exactly is now being participated since the 1970 of the 24 Hours of Le Mans is now doing the best roll ever out there to be made by Porsche. But pretty awesome to have a good historic racing car ever since by the early 1970s. So going in and all clear to be proceed onto the Dunlop curb and chicane. Now go for the S's. Okay, very good. Just going to keep a good steady balance and go for sector 2. Now onto the full straightaway before approaching onto the Daytona chicane. Gonna have to keep it careful and stay on the length of the road. As you may ever been participate of this year's Porsche Esports Challenge USA, there is also to have 3 kinds of exclusive themed liveries is now being made by Porsche during the years of the decades, like the 20th century, and especially for the Porsche 911. But good thing that you guys have ever seen the Pink Pig livery to the 911 RSR since the WEC season, including the Le Mans 24-hour endurance event. But it looks so pretty cool and pretty much more popular, made by other Porsche fans and Gran Turismo players. But I can't wait to get all kinds of 3 vehicle variation to be served as a reward gift distribution. So once in the clear from the Daytona chicane, here comes second chicane, which is definitely known as the Michelin. At sector 3 clear, going forward onto sector 4 to be proceed over onto the Mulsanne. Better get ready, it's about to get tough, and go proceed forward to have the brake zone to be on a deadlock. Try to stay in good condition. I know this part of the content video is gonna have to take some time when Livestream is going in progress, along with the encore content is going to do the same method. So it's all clear. Sector 4 is all done. Now go forward on sector 5. Here comes the Indianapolis. Stay on the 4th gear, pull the brake, do that inside towards the apex, and go on the lap. Kinda safe because it has to go, prefer to go basic if I had to get down to do some main purpose to find a good line. Only on a 917K that is, but this race car is the jewel of Porsche's iconic race car from the 1970s that took part in Le Mans. Okay, here comes the Porsche curve. Gonna go enter, hold it steady. That's good. Gonna have to keep a good slow tactics if I had to go down to do the first lap warm-up session. Okay, now for the Corvette curve. Just like this, and then it'll be all safe and good to go. Now for the last corner. Ford chicane is coming in smoothly, so I'm about to go step up and go harder as lap number 2 will be proceed after lap number 1 is finished. Okay, radar is now switched in. Up to lap number 2. Pretty steep, tough handling, and go speed up by having a good jewel of group racing performance. Dunlop curb and chicane check. Now going down on the curves. Yeah, gotta love that handling. First lap is now currently cleared by under 4 minutes. So now I have 3 minutes, 59.415 seconds. that should be quite going well, and do the exact high-speed basic workout to do some purposes for only one part of the day. So every 7 days during the participation of week number 1 in Porsche Esports Challenge USA. Be remember, you guys, gonna have to come back at any time if you're gonna have to do it perfectly to go improvement onto your main lap time record. That's how practice is very important since last year as the official online tournament. But this one is the official time trial tournament for every US Gran Turismo players out there all across in America. Especially for Porsche fans, that is, because that could be quite giving a good loyalty and best opportunity to go enter for having a best time to go for the lap time challenge is now being served without any gold medal objectives. But I know how you guys really think that this is going to be a different part of the lap time challenge. That is, could be quite much more possible to go up and make over onto the top rankings, just like you're gonna have to go hard for the goal. Well, maybe some other upcoming content videos that I've been working on is now still yet to be on delay on further notice. Here comes the Mosane. Gonna have to keep a good extra careful when I'm in the dead zone by having a break to be entered. Okay, perfect balance and all in the clear. Come on, just gonna keep going and do that corner on Indianapolis. Almost there at 4 seconds. There we go. I'll have to take that livery and the car itself on further notice until one part of the reward gift is now being received. Well, I don't know how it works because we've been started out to do this part of the online tournament is now going official. But I bet it is, but I can feel it and give a good driving potential to this 917K. Going down over onto the final sector. Make my way on the Corvette curves. Take that brake zone. Followed by the apex. Check and clear on yellow highlight. Steady as it goes on the 4 chicane. There we go. Lap time update by 3 minutes, 54.119 seconds. Good enough. Now my ghost car will have to make a turn. Gonna have to keep pushing away. All clear by Master the Dunlop chicane in the 3rd time. Sweet, this is gonna get much more flying fortune out there to do this good old-fashioned prototype race car. I'm at 0.6 seconds, going down in 0.5 seconds. Okay, time to go and hit the brakes. Come on, Daytona chicane. Don't fail me now. Number 2 sector clear. Proceed back on sector 3. Gonna have to do it right. Michelin chicane is coming right back onto the second part. Alright, that's good to have a perfect line and average. Going well improvement to be in 1.5 seconds. I'm still doing a lot of good experience to be dropping on the Porsche 917K, folks. Better speed, better handling, and better cornering. 3 types and 3 reasons to have one purpose to go experience with driving with Porsche race cars. 1. Get to know about Porsche and the history of all kinds of different vehicles throughout the 20th century and forward to be entered on in 21st century. So that's number 2, to go enter to have all kinds of best performance. Each Porsche vehicle depends on the different models, goes by code names and same title to be as 911s by the past, present, and future. And the third one, each part of the lap time challenge that related to Porsche is now go for the official online competition for Gran Turismo 7 and exclusively to have racing car and road car all together, including the Porsche Vision Gran Turismo as well. It takes lack of purpose, speed, strategy, and good heritage to have a good racing performance ever since in the era of motorsport is now currently to be still exist. So going right back, stay on track and master the Corvette curves for another part. Make my way, head back onto the Ford chicane. Okay, gonna have to keep a good extra careful. Lap time update by 3 minutes, 51.748 seconds. On to lap number 4. Here I go, and try to keep a good grip carefully. No tractions allowed. All I have to do is gonna have to chase the ghost car whenever it takes if I have to get back on track. Come on, gonna have to go amp up. Stay on the 3rd gear before going back on sector 2. I know how the ranking works, but I'm sure of it if I had to go past and achieve it. Okay, here comes Daytona. Still getting closer onto my ghost car in about 0.1 seconds, added with 80. In about reaching 200 miles per hour before going back on Michelin. Now's the time and go hit the brakes. That's a good run. Going pull by the grip and catch up with some more speed. Still not enough. Here comes the hard part in Mulsanne, and try not to be very careful without taking too much speed and approaching on the brake. So there goes one part of the mistake because I had to get back on track. Still in one piece, but try to be very careful when you're going enter the Mulsanne. Brake early and then go proceed in the right corner. But I just felt the same mistake is now going once as the elements from 2012 back from the WEC season in the 24 Hours of Le Mans. But I still got a long way to go and just gonna have to go work out for only day 1. So let's try this again and proceed on lap number 5. Time to switch the hook cam. Gonna have to go for a better view. Okay, keep it steady and do some proper exercise on the Porsche chicane to be mastered. Okay, that's good. New lap and go rush for having a hard effort. Gonna have to slide carefully, approaching right back at the Dunlop chicane. Okay, very close call. Now for the S's. Hold it steady and keep on track. Here's the important thing to let you guys know. June 2023 update on Gran Turismo 7 is going to be taking some time to be on standby due to some technical difficulties and long-waited delays. But I'll have to be there and gonna have to go for having an uploaded content video for the upcoming by sometime in earlier July or mid-July. Well, I'll have to leave it to myself because all that development work is going to be a lot of stress that I just really might need to keep a good holding down the line and drink some fresh meditation tea for myself if I have to calm myself down. Correction is simple. Meditation tea helps me out to calm me down by reducing a huge amount of stress. Here comes right back at the Michelin chicane. But you guys might gonna have to drink some green tea. It's good for your mental well-being. It could calm yourself down and just gonna have to keep yourself to be clearing up your mind. That's how I just drink some green tea once. It helps me a lot and do some more focusing to do some more competition and do some priorities on racing. But good thing my taste of the green tea is coming back to me. How I really miss the good flavor to have my best time to go relaxation. So it's all check and clear on the Mustang, going up and improve my time by the decimal in 0.9 seconds. Time to dive in. Slow carefully on the Indianapolis before preaching at the Arnage. Okay, that's a good call. Okay, gonna have to slow down and drive carefully. Gonna hold the grip, hold it. Don't want to get impact on the barrier. Okay, that's a good one. Porsche curves check. Corvette curves check. Going steady up carefully on the Porsche chicane. Okay, very nice. Reached up and stay in the 1.7 seconds. Very good for the mid-average time by 3 minutes, 50.28 seconds. Gonna have to drop it all and give a good taste of a Porsche racing spirit potential. Alright, looks like my ghost car still got a lot of good techniques onto the S's after the Dunlop curve and chicane. Gonna have to keep it steady carefully without getting caught in the penalty. So my concentrated purpose is all about drive steady carefully when driving with a Porsche 917K 1970 is a very good mid-engine classic race car, is now doing much more fine historic to this day. But I still got a lot of good lack of racing experience since the super license exam on the final on Spa-Francorchamps. But depends on, because it's still got a lot of good horsepower and doing the main top speed to go for the average. Well, I kind of say this because it also brings us to have a lot of good purpose to have two other racing games that related to the 917K. GT7 and the Crew 2 has all come things to be in common motions to see how different styles comes with different perspective to be all in shape and sizes. But still got a lot of good heritage to this 917 race car. He'll have to give it all and go everything for some new generation Porsche fans who have to be tried out and go on the track. But I may be a novice to be participate in the Porsche Esports Challenge of this year since last year back then, but still remembered because 3 rounds that I just come here to be participate as a regular content video to go for having some, well, except 1 round that I just said earlier, but I'm still gonna have to be putting up to have a lobby racing ritual for myself if I really might need to go for some preparations. But I know because it takes long times and being patient to search for some other competition ritual. That's how I'm about to be playing for myself, missing out 1 event championship tournament, and that means I'll have to be planned and get down to it if I really might need to do some major follow-up catch-up since last year back from 2022. But there it goes. My current lap time is still yet to be pushing up after the Arnage, so here comes the main entrance right back at the Porsche curb. Gonna have to drive carefully and stay on the inside. Okay, close call. Practically is going much steeper and maintained by the downhill. It's going to take 23 minutes since the lap time challenge began. Hold it. 1 touch on the apex. Still not yet to be achieved. Come on. I know this is going to get a bit trouble timing to be mastered on the Dunlop curve. Just hang on, folks. Looks like my PS Sport controller might need to have some battery recharge. I'll have to get there after Daytona chicane is now going closer. Just hang on 1 moment. Still holding the R2 button. Okay, there we go. Right at the bat respawn, and Charging in progress. Come on. There we go. Find my line on 2 chicanes. Stay on track and go pushing through on the improvement. Okay, talk about having a tug of war, but the struggle just keeps on pushing. Okay, there we go. Just going to keep holding down and pushing all the way after clear from the Indianapolis until the Arnage comes right back in. That's the ticket. Under 3 minutes and 50 seconds, here I come. I guess this one is going to be my final lap, folks. Just to have a matter of attempts and hard-going endurance out there for only 917K. But after that, this will have to take this part of the video segment is going much more challenging and more competitive. Okay, looks like it takes 7 laps. Time for me to go overtime on lap number 8. This has got to go hard, and that will have to be going much more harder. Here comes my overtime lap, number 8. Do my best and go pushing all the way. That's good. 2 Dunlop curb and chicane is now combined together. Gonna have to drive carefully and stay on the right balance. Calculation is going check by only 0.1 seconds. Going contestant and stay on the main high speed in the 4-gear transmission before going up in 200 miles per hour. Okay, good run. Check and double on Daytona chicane. Just going to keep going straight forward onto Hyperion. We'll have to be going much more 3-stop on to have some 2 chicanes. Okay, that's the ticket. All I can see is 0.5 seconds is now being shown on to surveillance. Oof. Close call. That almost loses my edge, and there it goes. Well, I don't know, folks. Should I have to keep going? Because it's going to have to take a 10-lap endurance for this part of the video segment, because I should rather go for it. It's always about making my best choices to go improvement. Ah, come on. No, 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 no. Sand trap. Good grief. Gonna have to take some more strategies to do that. I'm still working on and go all the way. So I had to do this for the last 2 laps. Cannot just do that for the last 2 laps after going closer towards the end of lap number 8. It's all about the marathon, you guys. That's how lap time challenges, including one online event, is going to be quite very much more qualifying to be much more efficient and go stronger by the improvement. Well, I've seen other Gran Turismo players to go expert and do this most impossible lap time is now going to be well surpassed by the achievement by exactly by around in 3 minutes and 30 seconds is going harder and extremely intense. But other GT players, including myself, won't be able to try to catch up to beat anyone's lap time is going much more hard exercise. So here comes the 9th lap. Okay, that's going to be a very tough to handle. If I had to go for doing that good clean technique on the Dunlop curve. Okay, let's see the stats. Yet to be checked, mark on 36.596 seconds on Sector 1. TCS still on 0. Come on. Okay, that's stay on the right track. Time to kill that gap distance on 0.6. Mosine is coming right up onto the 9th time. Okay, there we go. Always gonna have to keep a good watchful eye out on 200M. That will have to take that main cue to go for having a pull brake. So that's the 4th sector is now marked and checked by 25.430 seconds. That's total mileage is going up in 80. Okay, that was a close call. Gonna have to keep a good extra careful when you're on the Porsche curves followed by the Corvette curves. These part of the final sectors on 2 sections of the curves is very tricky to handle. Gonna have to take my way and go through all the way to have the apexes if I had to aim towards it right into my own eyes. just like the Porsche chicane, to have that different pattern and same length of the road. So here comes the 10th lap, folks. It takes 35 minutes since the start of lap number 1 began. Okay, there we go. So I'm on the front. Steady is my main key. Gonna have to try and surpass my main objective by around in 3 minutes and 50.28 seconds till I have to make my record to go brand new. But the radar will have to keep a good main surveillance lookout if I had to get closer onto my ghost car. I'm not gonna hold back now because it takes one day at a time for my own part of the daily. Okay, there we go. I'm on the minus. Progress will go with the build. Okay, there's no need to have distraction. Just gonna go with the flow and keep pushing hard as a main purpose true professional racer. Okay, all clear. Finishing on the 4th sector to go back on sector 5. Truly for that, 0.5 seconds is all I need to get closer by under 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay, keep up with the good defense. Just gonna climb back up onto 0.5 seconds before going onto the entrance at the Porsche curb. Come on. I know this is all about doing that tough risk. I may willing gonna have to do this to try this again on day 2, folks. I guess my limitation is going to be quite good enough. Okay, looks like that should be it for now. This will be having my 40-minute limitation is all I need to do this for this part of the video segment, folks. So that's it for day 1, and I'll have to go again on day 2 before tomorrow just to make sure to go improvement for myself if I had to go up and beat my best time to go for having a main average to be on the silver level. Depends on participation in the lap time challenge. But this one is the official time trial online tournament, you guys. But man, a lot of hard work and go all out endurance is the matter of purpose to see how longer it takes to go exactly by under 40 minutes. But after all, 5-star roulette ticket is now being complete by having one driving marathon on the daily. What a very long session out there to have the first one. Now I'll have to go down to be on the qualifying results on 7 sectors in Le Mans. For sector 1 in lap number 8 is now marked on the highlight green is 35.456 seconds, and same goes to sector 2 in the same lap by having 37.568 seconds. By scrolling down onto 10th lap on sector 3 is 30.197 seconds. Same goes on sector 4 onto the 10th lap, 24.991 seconds. On to lap number 7 in number 5 is 31.041 seconds, along with sector 6, 33.162 seconds. And going right back onto the 8th lap in sector 7, 36.133 seconds. Max speed is going check on 202 miles per hour. Best time is going check. Average time 3 minutes 53.007 seconds, and for the worst time is going under 4 minutes. Well, I guess the time trial tournament is now going to enter onto the beginning, so I'm at 266th place. Very good, and still yet to be climb up and go for the main improvement. But the replay is now going to be yet in featured, so I had to come back again on day 2. But 6 days left, you guys. Time left until registration period will have to come to an end by starting out on week number 1 of the Porsche Esports Challenge USA 2023 for the Porsche 917K 1970 at 24 Herues Du Mans racetrack. But I mean, this is going to get much more hard work of racing. Just going to go shape up, practice well, and make your mark to have your best improvement to get over onto the top 100, top 50s, and even of course to have the top 10s like all the other Gran Turismo players who have been participate in the global ranking. But very good job to see how Mr_MCA just coming a long way to start out into the 9th position by 3 minutes 42.866 seconds. I bet he'll have to do his best of luck for him if he has to stay over onto the top 10 positions in the global ranking. Alright. Very good for now. So, time to go and commence with phase 3. Well, folks, day 1 is... Hang on one second, folks. I'll have to do this for intermission. Just give me a moment, folks. I just got someone to be interrupted. I'll be right back, folks. Okay, folks. Sorry for the delay. Looks like one message is giving a hello message. Alright, I'll have to take it away and do my part. Well, folks, day 1 has now just the beginning for week number 1 on Porsche Esports Challenge USA for the 2023. Driving with a Porsche 917K 1970 at Circuit de la Sarthe, 24... Hang on one second, folks. Guess my time of rehearsal, like in the school play, is calling me, so I'll have to try this again. As you can see, folks, we have cleared day 1 of the first week in Porsche Esports Challenge USA in the 2023 in the 24 Herues Du Mans racetrack for the Porsche 917K 1970. This one is a very good perfect livery variation that has the car number 23. Very good most fine replica, just like the Gulf Racing livery is now turns out to have 2 types of variation. But I just really don't have the 917K70 is now being registered to the car index from the Legend Car dealership. So I had to keep a good lookout because more currency earnings and go farming work as I'm about to go participate on Tokyo Expressway for the WTC 600 at the East District. But always gonna have to keep a good watchful eye out on the current lap time challenge on Red Bull Ring for the Aston Martin Valkyrie 2021 and Broadbean Raceway reverse direction by using the Herues Nismo 380 RS Super Leggera. Well, very good to have a different kind of the JDM tuner is now being based by the Nissan Bear Lady said. So I had to keep a good... Sorry about that, folks. I just got a bit of distracted, so let me try this again and I'll have to drink some green tea by tomorrow to get my head to be well shaped up to be on further notice. Alright, well, always just gonna have to try to get my act together to have an encore content video, alright? Okay, good. So we have finished day 1 in the first week on Porsche Esports Challenge USA 2000. So we have finished day 1 in the first week of Porsche Esports Challenge USA 2023 at 24 Herues Du Mans racetrack for the Porsche 917K 1970. It was a very good historic race car. It's now being well placement on GT7. But I just really don't have the car. It's now being registered to the car index from the Legend Car dealership. So I have to keep a good watchful eye out until I'll have to come back at any time and also to have 2 current lap time challenges on Red Bull Ring for the Aston Martin Valkyrie 2021 and Broadbean Raceway in the reverse direction by using the Herues Nismo 380 RS Super Leggera is now being available in about 9 days left. But after all, just gonna have to keep a good watchful eye out on upcoming content videos that related to the lap time challenge, folks. It takes long delay and busy schedule for my development is going to be take some time, is going to be on patient notice. So gonna have to go back and wrap this up before at the end of the video. Well, I kind of say this because one other thing about the June 2023 update